Hello everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to my Beautiful Nights channel. This video is part 3 of my 3-part video tutorial series where I am making a bracelet with you guys. And if you didn't see part 1 where I showed you how to make these 2 components, I will link it down there below in the description bar. And if you didn't see part 2 where I showed you how to make these 2 flowers, I will also link part 2 down there below in the description bar. And remember, the materials I'm using to make this bracelet is from beadingschool.com by Erika Sandor. This is her Beading School Academy box. This box is from May and June 2022, and the theme is called Tulip Mania. That's the box I'm using. And at the time, if you're watching this and you don't have, or you can't get this box, I will link the individual materials here down below in the description bar, so you can just buy them individually. And I know that some of you already have some of these things in your stash, so you might not have to get the box. You can just get what you need to make this project along with me. And like I said in part 1 and 2, you don't have to make these into a bracelet like I'm doing. You can also make these into a necklace, rings, earrings, a brooch. You could put this on a hat, on a purse, on sandals. Do whatever you want with this, really. So anyways, I'm ready to stitch this together, and I gotta say, I'm a little nervous because when I first made this, I did not tie the centerpiece off because I only had one of them, and so it was a little loosey-goosey on the back side, and it was easy to slip a needle here in and there, but it's a little tighter this time, so hopefully we'll be able to pass through there. If not, we'll figure something else out. We always do, and it always works out. And if it doesn't work out, then we're just gonna cry. And you know, sometimes it's nice to just have a good cry. So let's just see how this goes. So I'm gonna start with this piece here, and I'm thinking that I might not stitch the clasp on now because I do have a jump ring. This did not come with jump rings, by the way, but I put my own jump rings on here, so I think it'll be easier for me to attach the clasp at the very end instead of dealing with this flopping all around and my thread and stuff. So I'm gonna pick this up first, okay, and I'm just gonna pass through the bottom here. And you may have noticed, doesn't matter which bead really, as long as there's a nice clear opening, you may have noticed that when we were making these components that I did not tie knots on the bottom, well, of these here. These ones we did, but the knots aren't blocking our 8/0 seed beads. The holes are still open. This one here we were not able to tie knots on the back, but yeah, because we have to pass our needles through the beads again. So I picked this up, and then on one of my needles I'm gonna pick up 7 11/0 seed beads, and I just got 7 there. I'm gonna slide these down. I'm gonna crisscross my needle through all 7 of these, okay, just like this. Put my needles together. I made sure I'm using 2 needles. I totally forgot to mention that, and I totally forgot to tell you the list of materials. But I'm using beads from the box. I'm using these 4 tulip beads. Where's the list of materials? 4 8x12mm tulip bud beads, and these are called 4 of them 9x9mm lily flower beads. And then I have 4 4mm czech druk beads. I have 11/0 miyuki seed beads. I have a clasp and 2 jump rings. And I'm also thinking about putting a little chain on here that goes from one jump ring to another. Just so when I put this on, I just slip my hand through it. It's a catch chain, so I don't drop the bracelet. Get what I'm saying? I'm probably going to do that because if I drop this, I could risk breaking the daggers. And when I started working with this box, the first thing I did is I opened up a bag of daggers and dropped one. But luckily I didn't need all of them. So I put my needles together, okay, and I'm grabbing onto these seed beads here, and I'm just centering this here. See the little loop I got? Like that? Looks just like that. I'm just centering this in my thread, okay, just centering it like that. And I have been filming all day, and the dogs, they don't know if they want to be in here or if they want to leave me. In and out all day long. So I'm going to go through this bead again, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to come back down this way again. Okay, so through there. Then I'll take my other needle, and I'm going to go through the same bead but in the opposite hole. And I'm just crisscrossing through this bead again. Okay, pull the ends down, and I want to check and make sure that I still have the same length. My needles are close in length, so I did it this way because I want several thread pass through this loop, because you know, we're putting a lot of work and time into this gorgeous bracelet, and I want it to last the rest of my life. So we're gonna do a really good job making it. Now I'm going to pass through these again. Okay. Through all 7 of them. I was actually really hoping that I could have done this part with bead stringing wire, but it would just not work. I had to do it this way. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to pick up a 11/0 seed bead, and I'm going to go through here, because I actually needed to make this loop bigger. And the best way to do it was like this. Okay, so see, I filled in that gap on this side. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the other needle. I'm going to pass up through these beads. And then through these here, down through these 3, like that. So I have 4 thread paths there. So I really don't think that I will be coming back down this direction again. I will, but I don't know if we'll be able to make it this far. So that's why I reinforced this area really darn good. I'm picking up another 11, and I'm going through this 4mm. Oops, it's a swinging. Okay, like that. And then, you know, I just made a new connection point, so if that bead were to break, we got this holding on, you know what I'm saying? So then I'm going to go through this bead, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, I went through the one, but I need to go through the second one. Okay, so let's see, I'm going to lay this down, and I'm working with 2 tails here. I'm going to try to do one side at a time, halfway through. So I'm going to pick up 1 11/0, 1 druk, 1 11/0, like this. Go through my next component. So I'm going to go through, let's see here, I'm going to go through those 2. I need to go through 3, but I can only do 2 at a time. Okay, and then go through the next one. See? And slide this down. And then I'll show you 3 beads on that side. I'm going to lay this down. I'm going to go to this needle, pick up my 3 beads again, okay, and pass through, lay it like this. See? Skipping over these 2, go through these 2. So hopefully I can make it back through this area again. I would just like to put a second thread path here, but I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. Okay, just like that. Flip this over, and I'm gonna go back to the bottom thread again. We're doing the same thing on each side. I'm gonna pick up an 11/0, and then my lily bead for flower. I think that's what it is, right? Lily flower. And then 5 11-ohs. Slide that down. Okay, and then this flower. And I'm going to use my awl, the handle, to push those beads back out. And I'm going to stitch through 2 8-ohs. So let's see, where do I want to go through at? This area. See, I look at this area here to see if that's good to pass through. And then, you know, I'm just trying to find a good spot. Okay, there's good. And there's good. So I'm going to go through here. See? And that's why I strung up so many 11-ohs there, because of the petals in the back of this. They're hidden. So I didn't want to hide that flower bead. And then I'm going to do this again. 5 11s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to do this tulip bead. And then 2 11-ohs. Okay, slide those down. Stick my needle in my mat so I don't lose it. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side that I just did over here. So again, I did one. Let me get one that's bigger. Okay, flip this over. See, it's going to be like this. I have to go over here. On this one we skipped 2 Czech fire polish. This one we're going to skip 3. And we're going to go, so skip 1, 2, 3, and go through these 2 8-ohs. Oh my gosh, I didn't finish picking up my beads. I've been doing this too long. I think I've been filming for 10 hours today. I'm going to pick up my lily. And then my 5 11s through these 2 here. Like that. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. And I'm just going to move this out of my way. Five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Through the tulip bud flower bead and 2 11s. Okay, I'm going to stop here and show you what I got. So this is what we have so far. Clasp is going to be connected to that loop right there. Okay, and you really don't get to see the seed beads much on the back, all those seed beads we just picked up, because of how the flower petals overhang the beads. Now I'm going to put in my centerpiece. Okay, and what I did is I went through an 8-oh. Wait, this is not the bent needle. I have to bend my needle. Bend your needle. And go through the 8-oh, the dagger, wiggle it gently, and I did find that I have to lift this next dagger up, and I passed through there earlier in part 2 when I was trying to do this. It seemed kind of hard, and it was because I was hitting that next bead and I didn't realize that I could push it up. Okay, so just like that. Again, you don't have to pull it through all the way. Push this dagger down that you're going through and lift the next one up. Okay, going through an 8-oh and a dagger. It's looking good. I think I will be able to pass through here a second time. We will see. So again, through an 8-oh and through a dagger. Yes. Oh, thank God we didn't tie knots back here. Thank God. I'm gonna go, let's see, I think I go through this 8/0 only. So going through at an angle, like that. Alright. Gosh, I was so worried about that part. Made me very nervous, and I think that's why I was screwing up so much in the video. Alright, now we're going to the other side, and I should not have pulled that down because I don't want this swinging everywhere, so I'm going to loosen that back up again. And I like to skip over this. Let me see if I can zoom in. Okay. We're going to skip over, this is where the right side is. We're going to skip over this dagger, this 8/0 and this dagger, and we're going to go through this 8/0 and through the next dagger. And I'm going to do some bead wiggling here. Lift this dagger up, the one you need to go on top of. Just gently push it through. Okay, I made it through. And again. Wait a second, what's going on here? Oh, I have to have my bend like this. Push that 8/0 up. Push this dagger down, push them in opposite directions. See? Push this one down, push that one out, so you can go above it with the needle. Making sure you don't get caught. Okay, I'm going to go through this 8/0 and through the next dagger. And poke myself in the finger. Don't forget that part. No pain, no gain. Alrighty, I have to go through the last 8/0 here. Like that. And I'm going to try to come back through here a second time. And if it doesn't work out, I do have another idea. Sliding that down. Yes, it's beautiful. Okay, pulling this side tight, pulling this side tight. Pull both sides tight. Yes. Okay. I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to continue doing this. I'm going to zoom back out. Okay, leave right here. This one goes on the top. This one goes on the bottom. Pick up 2 11s. 1, 2. Pick up your bead. It's going to go in this direction though. You're going to go to the base of the flower. And then 5. $11s, and then the next flower, and just like the other one, I want to make sure that I could pass through the holes easily. Those are nice clean holes. Okay, so there's that. 5 11s again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this lily bead, a seed bead. Okay, this here, and I'm going to go through 2 at first, and then to the 3rd, because you can't do all 3 at once. Now, I think the other bracelet that I made, the Art Nouveau one, I think that when I made that one, I actually attached my thread to the centerpiece. I worked this way, and then I went back, and then I came back again tying knots, or maybe I started here and went that way. Something like that. But I think I did that, I had to do it that way, because I was not able to pass through the sides at all, I believe. I don't know. It's been some time since I made that. Okay, next thing, I'm copying this side over here, so I'm doing, after going through those 3 check, I'm doing an 11-0, my 4mm druk, and I just had to put this blue, this teal colored druk in. It's actually turquoise because the flowers are this color. They're not the same exact color, but they're very close. And I realized that I only had the color of flower, so I had to put it in, and I thought the perfect place to put it would be here. Okay, and then I'm going to pick up this, and I'm only going to pass through 2 for now. So like that. Pull that down, pull it tight. Do the other side. I might fast forward it, I don't know. Doing the same thing over here. And then 5 11s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slide these down. And then I'm going to pass the needle through the next flower. But just like I did over here, I'll zoom in. I'm going to skip over these 3, 1, 2, 3 8-0s. I'm going to go through these 2 8-0s. Just the 2. Okay, so it looks like that. And then I'm going to pick up 5 11s again. My flower, the lily one, and then an 11-0. Oh my gosh, did I go through the wrong side? No, I didn't. I flipped over. Okay, I was going to say, it's that kind of day. It's just kind of been that kind of day. Skipping over the 2 check fire polish here in the middle. Go through those 2. See? Just like that. My beads are flying. The ones I need are everywhere. So pick up these 3. Like that. What happened to the camera? Did I not zoom back out? Oh boy. Oh, I forgot to go to the other check fire polish. I've been filming way too long. I probably should have put this into the next day, but I just have not had the time. Today was my only time to film, and I actually had this video ready a week ago to film, and I just did not have a day that I could film it all at once. And so I have today, and today alone, until I don't know when. Okay, do that 3rd one. There we go. And then these 3. And then I'm going to go through this bead here. Through 1. And then through the 2nd. So that both of my tails are exiting out right there. And that's what we have. It is gorgeous. So beautiful. Gonna zoom in. I just remembered that I forgot to tell you how to make this into a necklace. So if you want to make this into a necklace, you would have done it back here when you put the centerpiece in. I think what I would do would be to go through this 8-0, this dagger, and come out the 8-0, and then take this string and go all the way around to, I guess, here? because we're making it V-shaped to go around our neck, basically. So you'd probably come out, if this one comes out here, the other string would come out here. And you would go, yes, you would go that way. Get what I'm saying? And that way it would be V-shaped and you can put this around your neck. And I think that I would like to do bronze chain with it, or if I have like an antiqued silver that matches the 15s. I have a big chain, but I don't think I have one a good enough size. So I'll probably use like a bronze chain for it if I did it into a necklace. Anyways, we're making a bracelet because it's been a long time. So I'm on the back side, right? I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to separate my strings, put one on the left, one on the right. I'm going to take my needles, pull the strings tight, and I'm going to zoom in again because you can't see what I'm doing, can you? I'm too far away. I'm too close. Go through this center Czech fire polish bead. I'm still too far. And go through the same bead with the opposite string. We're going to do the clasp area over here. Pull these ends tight to tighten up the whole bracelet. You'll feel it. I just felt it all tighten up. Okay, I'm just making sure. And then I'm going to pick up 7/11 seed beads. And I'm going to zoom back out. And then I'm going to slide these down. And I'm going to crisscross through these 7 beads. I'm going to do what I did down there. I'm going to go back through hug the wall. So don't pierce the thread. Almost pierce the thread. Through there. I'm going to zoom back in again. Good God. Good Lord, man. It's time I get a camera operator. Go through the same bead again. So we now have 2 thread paths. Yes. The other side I had 4. Pull it tight. Check the tension here. Do we have thread gaps? We don't want thread gaps. No, we don't make junky stuff. We make great stuff here. So it looks great. I don't think I have any thread gaps, but it's not as stiff as a board, so that's good. Now what I'm gonna do is pass back through all of these again. This will be pass 3. And then once I do the other needle, it will be pass 4. Okay, turning this around, going down through these 2. Pick up 1/11 and go down through that Czech fire polish. We're filling in that gap. We're extending this part, and we're making a new thread path. So if that bead were to break, and they usually don't, it's usually always the seed beads that break. If they were to break. And they usually break when you're working with them. Okay, you know the seed beads that break the most on me is Delicas and 15s. I break those a lot. And daggers. Not daggers. Bugles. Those. So going through there. Okay. I still have this little gap. See? So my last seed bead is going to go through here. through that fire polish. Pull this side tight. Pull this side tight. Now I do not trust having one thread path going through this area here, so I'm gonna try and do it a second time, and the only part I'm worried about is getting through here. So I'm going to do my best and take my time like the tortoise and the hare story and be very careful that I do not break any daggers, because I probably will cry if I do. Be very gentle. Okay, we're going to do one side at a time. And I am thinking that I should probably start tying knots here, because I would only tie knots, you know, like around the big beads. I guess I could do some around the seed beads. And then once I get through there, I'll be tying knots here if I have enough tail. I think I might. My goal is, if we were to win, my goal is to get from this chaton all the way to this chaton. That would be reinforced twice on each side, and it would be very durable and well made. So let's see what we could do. Okay, I'm gonna go through this check fire polish, through the 11-0. You know, what I was going to do with that big flower on the back side, I was actually going to add on the back of the daggers to make them stand up, because I didn't know if it was going to work out. I was going to do 15s on the back of the daggers, and I was going to hop from one 8-0 to the next 8-0. That was my original plan, to make the daggers sit up, but they did it just by themselves, and I didn't have to end up doing that. But I was thinking, if I was not able to get through those daggers, that I could do that. Or I could do double thread, so I would do 8 feet of thread, fold it in half, and I would only have to go through one time on each side, because it'd be double thread, and then right now I would be tying knots and finishing this off. But I want to make sure that I go through the you know, the other place at least twice, so the thread path. So tying a knot here, then I'm passing through these beads. I'm not going to worry about tying any knots in the check fire polish. I'm only going to tie knots around the beads that I've added. Okay, let's see here. I didn't pull that knot through at all. There it goes. Popped into place. Through here. Just the one fire polish. Okay. Go through this seed bead. I'll tie a knot in front of this flower. So far, I have to tell you, my design has worked out. I have not had to alter anything. This is my original plan. I'm going under here, but if I can't get through those daggers again, I'm going to have to change something. So, I don't know. Maybe I should stop worrying about it. Stop worrying about it. We'll see what happens. Tying out there. I'll go through 3, tie another out here. Also, you could tell there's a big difference when you are reinforcing this twice, because this bracelet is heavy. I really don't want to do one pass through it. Okay, there I am. I'm gonna go through 2, tie another knot. And you know what? Tying all these knots like I do, it's like a knotted pearl necklace. If this were to break, it would not completely fall apart because of all the knots. It's like a pearl necklace. You snap a pearl necklace, all the pearls don't fall off because you would only break it in one area. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting up to that center piece that I'm worried about. Tie another knot here, passing through the tulip bud. Now I'm going to go through right here, take my time, gently wiggle it. Feels good. Pulling this through. Okay. Going through the next one. Wiggle. Again, feels good. I think I'm going to do just this one side with you guys and then do the other side by myself, and I might just fast forward it or just let you know how it turned out. Okay, I'm going through this dagger now. So after this dagger, I'm going to back out and go back through. I just have to go through that 8-0. And then I'm going to be going into the bracelet again. Okay. Through the 8-0, which is no big deal at all. Yep. Through these two 11s. I'm back at the tulip bud. Tie a knot here. Yes, we did it. I think we're going to get through the other side with no problem because that was pretty easy. Bring that knot down. I was just too worried. Go through this bead. I'll tie some more knots because I have a good amount of thread here. So I'm just going to slide the needle down. And I have enough thread to tie knots throughout all of this, so I'm just going to keep going, tie knots, and I'll fast forward, and I'll come back and let you know how the other side went. Alright, I now made it over here to the other side, and I actually have a loose thread right here, and I don't know why because I pulled it very tight. But anyways, this second path through is making it tighter for us. So I'm just going to pass through here, and then through this one. I'm not going to worry about going through the seed beads, or should I? I wouldn't tie knots there. I think I'm just going to turn through this czech fire polish and go back down the other side and hide my tail. Turning it around. Going through here. I'm going to go through this. You know what, I'm going to tie a knot here because it was loose, like I said, a little bit on my other side. I'll lay that flat, pull this tight, tie a knot in front of the 11-0. go through the 11. And through the druk. And I'm going to stop here, and I'm not going to cut this off. I'm actually going to leave this here because I'm kind of thinking about tying my two ends together, but I don't know. I'll see what happens. Now I'm going to do the other side, and I think I will do it all by myself and not record it because it's going to take some time, and I don't know if you guys want to watch it. Alright, so I actually had both of my tails meet up over here right in front of the czech druk. I tied them together in a knot, and then I weaved them through these czech fire polish beads, these 5 czech fire polish beads. Came down here. I tried to go through the seed bead. I couldn't because I put both of my tails onto one needle. So I had to take one thread off the needle and do one thread and needle at a time going through this bead and coming out here. The reason why I fed both of the tails through here and came out here because if I ended right here, it's wiggly and my tail would have popped out. So I needed it to be in a stiff area so it didn't wiggle and my tail didn't pop out. So I just took the needle and thread down through here, and I got both of them coming out here. And so I'm just going to pull this tight and cut this tail off. Okay, and then I just have to put my clasp on, and it looks amazing. And I do think that I should put the catch chain on it. I have to figure out how long I need it to be though. I found a chain in my stash that is black and gold, antiqued like the clasp. So I think it's going to look awesome. I just hope that I have enough of it because it is literally leftovers from another project. So I did that side. And now this side. Okay. Close perfectly. Now the jump rings I'm using are not regular jump rings. They're actually really strong jump rings from an antique necklace that was broken, and it was a double jump ring necklace where they were just double jump rings all connected. Really high quality. It doesn't tarnish. I've had it forever and I use those all the time. So there is my clasp. And I did try this clasp in the bracelet before I completed it, and it was really easy to put on and take off. And I'm surprised. I don't usually use box clasps because they're very expensive. And there we go. So I'm just going to put a catch chain on here, and I'm going to add a new jump ring. I'm not going to use the one that's here because if this jump ring were to open, my chain would catch it. So I'm going to put on a new jump ring on this side with my chain and then connect it to over here. And I need to make sure that the chain is long enough to where when I open this bracelet, I can slide it off of my hand without it being too tight, but not so big where it would fall off. So yeah, I'm going to do that, and this is it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. You know what though? I'm not going to be able to take a picture of it with that on it, so I probably will leave the chain off, take a picture of this open so you can see all the flowers, and then after the video is all done, I'll add the chain to it. But yeah, this is it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. This project was amazing. I have a lot of time put into this already, and it's going to take so much more time to edit it. So this is it. I hope that you guys enjoyed these 3 tutorials. And remember, I will put a link for the Beadingschool Academy box in the description bar. I'm also going to put individual links to everything that I'm using down there below in the description bar. And remember, because this is a 3-part video, you'll see the materials, the links for these in part 1, and the material links for these and the material list will be in part 2, and then part 3 I'm going to have the materials needed to the flower beads and the druks and the seed beads and the clasp, jump rings. That will be the material list for part 3 in the description bar. I could try and put all of the material links and material lists, because I have, I think, 5 material lists actually, but I don't know if it's all going to fit in the description, because I'm only allowed like 5,000 characters, something like that, so I will try my best and see what I can do, but I just wanted to let you guys know that, alright? So tell me what you think about this project down in the comments, and if you're going to make this bracelet, or if you're going to make these into a necklace, if you're going to make rings, earrings, let me know if you have some beads like this in your stash already that you can work with, or if you're going to do the box, just let me know what you think about this project, alright? So please like this video, leave me a comment, subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and make sure you click the bell button so that you get notified whenever I upload new videos, and follow me on my social media sites on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. Thanks for watching.